get started in one more minute. All right, I am back. This is a 9-layer prophetic dream that I've been sitting on for 5 months. God is making me get up off of it. So I pray that whoever this is for, or whoever it reach, that you really take heed to this word. I've been dissecting this word for literally 5 months because of the heaviness of what God showed me during that time. So this is called rumored for a reason. The false narrative is coming down. A lot of people got a lot of false things that they're saying about you. You have people tarnishing your name, tarnishing your reputation. Just got your name all over the place. But the false narrative is coming down. People are causing rumors for a reason. It is because they are secretly jealous. It is because they just don't like you because it's you. And they're just spreading rumors because that's what people do. So before I get into these dreams, I want to tell you what is a rumor and how you need to look out for these false narratives. Anytime a person or a people is speaking on your behalf and you unbothered, that means that they're bothered by something concerning your life, or they're bothered by something that is accompanying where you are or what you're doing and how things are being applicable. So what is rumor? Rumor is a current circulating story or report or uncertain or doubtful truth. People spread rumors deliberately. They do it on purpose. And so there's a false narrative that is coming down concerning your name, concerning who you are, and concerning what these people have spread about you. And rumors are also driven by social connection, personal power, or a reduction of what somebody has said about you. So while this can be an underlying motive, it can also be intentional. People do spread rumors intentional because they're trying to hurt your name, or they're trying to hurt you as a person. And you would say, well, why would somebody share this type of information about me that isn't true? Or why would somebody spread a rumor about me and they barely know me? Well, that's what people do when they can't find anything on you, when they can't find anything concerning your life. That's what they do. They spread rumors. Oh, I don't have anything on this girl. I can't really tap into nothing on social media because her personal life is not on social media. So I'm just going to make up something. Or they go searching. If you like to put all your business out on social media, they like to search and look and say, oh, okay, I got some tea on them. And so they go and spread a rumor. And sometimes the rumor be true, sometimes it's false. But we're talking about false narratives that is coming down. Rumored for a reason. You will wonder why somebody would want to spread a rumor about you, or why you would look to be so important to this person or people. You will ask, well, why would they take so much of their time and their energy to spread a rumor about me? You'll be surprised. So let's get into these dreams. Lord have mercy. All right. Let's see. So this was concerning life insurance. Now, y'all been hearing me talking about life insurance and all of that, and when I went back to look at this dream, my mouth was wide open because I've been talking about life insurance here and there. And I believe I had a recent dream about it, or I talked about it from a dream that I had. But it was this man, he was looking through a lady house. And it was crazy, but he was trying to find me and hunting me down about life insurance. Now, he was looking through another woman's house, but he was trying to find me and hunting me down about life insurance. So, in the dream, I believe that he sold life insurance, but he was trying to hunt me down about life insurance policies. So, once he found me, he was telling me that, I found this lady house and she need life insurance. Can you be an advocate for her? And I'm like, well, what does a house have to do with life insurance? Because life insurance covers, if something happened, if you die and all this stuff, and, you're covered and whatever else, funeral arrangements, all this stuff. So they do have house insurance. They do have that, life insurance, auto insurance, all that stuff, just in case something happened. But I thought that it was fishy that this man was hunting me down about life insurance. So the dream switched and we ended up at the woman's house that he was talking about. So I'm believing that this man was a relative. I'm believing that he sold homes or something because he was selling life insurance. But he was also at this woman's house, looking through her house. So, when I began to dissect this dream, when your life is insured or someone is trying to get you to buy life insurance, you have to be real careful with that because they do a lot of scamming with life insurance. And I kept telling the lady, I said, well, why are you looking for life insurance? Shouldn't you be looking for house insurance? And she was like, well, that is something to think about. So when he was trying to hunt me down about the life insurance, he was already on some scamming type stuff. Because why are you hunting me down and then telling me to be an advocate? See, what he wanted to do was have me to be there to be an advocate for this woman. But I turned against him and said, you need to be looking into house insurance. Not life insurance per se right now. So that made him feel some type of way. Because he was trying to use me as an advocate to get this woman to buy life insurance. Now, the false narrative with that is you have to be really, really careful when people are trying to rush you into life insurance. You have some people that do quotas, and the first time you meet them, they want you to sign up right then and there. No, let me pray about this. Let me see what the Lord is going to say. Let me see what my money is looking like. Once they start to rush you into something, that means that it's rumored for a reason. They're spreading deliberately, scamming and uncertain, doubtful truth. And sometimes these people that be doing life insurance, they're not even certified. They're not even with their company. It's something that they came up with. And they can lie and say, well, I'm with this company. I'm with that company. You have to be real, real careful with that type of stuff. Tell them to give you some proof. I need some proof to see who company you with. Having this policy, that ain't enough. Because people can type up stuff. They can copy stuff in a minute and say that they're with this company. And they ain't. And this is bringing me back to that dream that I had about the guy. Had his whole face on that truck. I think it was Best Buy or something. He was scamming. He stole the Best Buy truck and were acting like it was his. And so these are the times that we are coming into, where people are going to be pretending, where they're going to be lying and acting like they're with certain things or certain people, but the whole entire time they aren't. All right. Before I move into 2, I'm going to get into some more notes. So, what is the core motivation behind a rumor? Social bonding. When people are social bonding against you, you have the keyboard thugs. They like to type and all that stuff and go backwards and forward with subliminal posts, all that type of stuff, but they won't say none of that stuff in your face. So social bonding is where it's a detail group stalking. You know, you have a group of people that is stalking you, coming up against you, making you a common target on social media or in social in general. So they spread all of these rumors. They go and lie and say and do and create something to unite with a people that doesn't like you. The arch enemy, that is. Where they're spreading rumors about you because they can't find anything on you. So their insecurities become a superior because of how blessed you are. Their insecurity become a superior because of how knowledgeable you are. You're seen as a threat. So this is a personal flaw for many people where they gang stalk and social bond. A social bonding concerning you. And this is the core motivation behind the rumor. When a person don't like you, or they can't even give you no reason why they don't like you, they're going to social bond with somebody else that doesn't like you. So they give them a reason to come up with something. Oh, well, I don't like her, so I'm going to become friends with the arch enemy, and we ain't going to like her together. And then we're going to get some more people and group stalk. And now she is the common target. And now we can unite as people and go against her. So this is what people do. There's a core motivation behind the rumor, but the false narratives is coming down. If someone is accompanying you in whatever phase or state it may be in, that means that they're going to go along with the rumor and spread the rumor if they need to see how fast this rumor can go, to see do this rumor make sense, do this rumor line up with this person's life, do this rumor make sense, you know. Social bonding, still social bonding. All right. We did layer 1. So layer 2, I saw this polish. Now these were 2 different types of polish. It was some polish where you polish your fingernails, but then it was some polish where you had, like, you stained something or something is stained, you can polish that wood or something, and it smooth out and it go back to the original phase of what it was. It was 2 different polish. And so on the polish that had the one that you spray, it had proofread on it. I guess maybe that was the name of it, I'm not sure. But when I began to dissect this dream, the Lord said you got to proofread the polish. Not only the fingernail polish, but the polish that you put the stuff on, the little wooden thing or whatever. Because people can come polished. They can come polished. But if you're not proofreading, they can spread a rumor. Or they can come in a place where they're reasoning and cause a false narrative. Now, if you spray some polish on you, and then you use some fingernail polish Those are two different polish. So the polish that you sprayed on you, they can break you out. Whereas you're using the polish on your fingernails, that's what it's made for. So you will proofread it before you spray it, because you know good and well that that polish doesn't go on your body. It go on wood, or it go on something to smooth something out. This is what you have to do with people. People are going to come polished, but are you proofreading what these people are doing? What type of labels are on their forehead spiritually? What type of labels are on their body spiritually? What red flag have you picked up? What warning sign have you picked up? What noise went off in your spirit when you got around those people or person? That is proofreading spiritually. When you're polishing your own nails, it got different colors. So you choose the color that you want on your fingers with the polish that you spray. It doesn't have a color. So when you're proofreading a person in real life in the spiritual realm, this is to keep you from speaking a rumor on this person, because you're proofreading. Now people will look at you and make rumors all day. They haven't talked to you. They haven't sat in down table with you. They don't know what you like in business or nothing. But because they saw you, oh, so-and-so was at this place, they coming up with a false narrative and lying and saying that you did something. You was at a specific place, but they done added their own taste. That's what I mean. They're adding their own taste before they proofread who you are. They're just like with me. Hey, classmate, thank you for joining me. How you doing? When people automatically see me, the first thing that they think or say is, she look like she's stuck up. Now, I've been hearing this since, I ain't gonna say high school, since middle school. I've been hearing this since middle school. Oh, she look like she's stuck up, and because I was dressing then. In middle school, high school, I was doing that then. And so when people automatically say, oh, she look like she bougie because of how I dress. So they're coming up with a false narrative of what they see before they proofread. So oftentimes when people see the way that you're dressed, they see what you drive, they see all of this stuff. They don't see the hell that you went through to be putting it on and to be driving that fancy car. You don't know what I went through to be driving that car. You don't know what I went through to even be putting it on. So they're not proofreading, but they're coming up with a rumor, or they're coming up with a false narrative because of what they saw. So people are going to come polished in your life, but you got to proofread them. If you put polish on your nails, you can peel it off. You can chew it off, remove it off. They got the polish remover. You can get it off there. So your spirit is going to detect when these people come polished. They gonna come smooth. They gonna come looking like they from God. They gonna come looking like this the best partnership that you can ever get in. But you got to proofread before you get into these polished situations. All right, we're moving along. Layer 3. Lord have mercy. So we was at a church service. I don't know who church service this was, but it was a person. Because I actually made a post. I'm not gonna read it because it's gonna be tied in with something else. I was talking about how people speak in tongues, or how you know if they chanting and all that stuff, because it is a very big difference. But we was at a church service, and this woman was speaking in she wasn't speaking in tongues. She was speaking like it was like some chanting that she was doing. And they called her out on it at church in front of everybody. And so the daughter of the woman came and got me. And she was like, they're mailing my mom the way that she's speaking in tongues. And I was like, huh, what do you mean? And then she was like, well, they was talking about her because of the way that she's speaking in tongues. Now, you'll know when somebody's tongues is rehearsed. Or you'll know when somebody's tongues is fake. Because you'll hear the same language. When you go to a church and you hearing everybody go in tongues, and you hear 3 or 4 people speaking the same language, there's something wrong with it. That means that they have rehearsed or they're practicing what the other person is doing in tongues. That's fake. Because when you speak in tongues, you have no control over your mouth at all. You don't know what you're saying. You don't even know how it's going to come out. You don't know how long you're going to do it. Nothing, because the Holy Spirit takes over you. So she kept saying, well, they're marking my mom. And I told her, well, they're not marking your mom. They're calling her out on it because it's false. So when a person is chatting, that's what witches do. That's what warlocks do. They chant. You can tell the difference when a person is speaking in tongues. So what did they call out in front of everyone? A witch. The person called out the witch that was in church. She wasn't speaking in no tongues. She was chatting. So when you go to church and you hear something the opposite of what somebody else saying, you be like, man, it's a witch up in here. A warlock or something. Because something ain't right. You'll begin to pick up what is being said. And you're like, no. That is a false narrative. But people be so zombied out in church, they don't know if they sitting beside a witch, don't know if they sitting beside a warlock or nothing, because they ain't hearing. They ain't listening. When I go to church, my ears be wide open. I'm trying to hear everything. I'm trying to hear what's going on in my surroundings, all of it. Because I need to know what's going on in the spiritual realm. In fact, my natural body is there. But spiritually, I'm wide open. My ears is on another level in here. So you'll know when somebody is speaking in tongues or chatting. It's a very big difference. I'm going to make a video about that. So I did that last year. But she was saying, they're marking my mom. I'm like, no, they ain't marking your mom. Your mom is chatting. She's not speaking in tongues. So there's a false narrative where people get familiar. It's called familiar spirits. Probably need to teach back on that too. Familiar spirits. Kindred spirits. Where they're around this person all the time. And they're praying around one another. And so they got the same language. And it shouldn't be. Everybody's tongue should be unique. If their tongue is not unique, then that means that they're practicing what they're hearing. But that's neither here nor there. So you got to pay attention to this type of stuff in church. All right. Ooh, are you recognizing the root of the rumor? People gonna talk about you. They gonna do that. They gonna lie. They gonna spread your name all over the United States of America. That's what they do. Rather than them coming to you and saying, and which they ain't gonna do, I don't like you. You know, it's just something that I don't like about you. They ain't gonna do that. They gonna lie. And they gonna spread this big old rumor about you. And you all over the globe. Because of something that someone said about you. Because they don't like you. You're not put on this earth to be liked. You are put on this earth to be loved. So I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you can't stand me. I don't care about none of it. Because you ain't going to see it in my face. So that's why I don't care. So people will do these things. They'll spread your name all over the United States of America. And the rumor that got back to you. And you laughing because vengeance is the Lord. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and entertain this foolishness, this bull crap. God gonna handle y'all. So, people are spiteful. They do things to hurt other people because they're hurting. Or they where you want to be. Whatever the case may be. So, they gonna lie. Rumored for a reason. But the false narrative is coming down. The false narrative is coming down. All the people that lied on you, talked about you, drug your name through the mud. God's wrath is getting ready to hit them real hard. They gonna say, boy, what done happened to me? Who mouth? Who you talked about with your mouth? That's what I meant to say. What did you say about these people? I be telling people you need to be careful when you coming up against me. Because I'm a prophet of God. And your whole life will be in shambles. Because you lied on me. And I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to say nothing. Because of the oil that is on my life. When God get finished whipping you regularly, you ain't going to speak about nobody else. Because this has happened to somebody. They lost everything. They lost their car. They lost their house. They lost everything because they was talking about me. The same person that helped them. The same person that was breaking bread. The same person that was praying for them. Anytime they got into something, I'm rescuing them. And they put their mouth on me. And I was the one that they had to come back to. Can you please pray for me? Because I don't know what's going on. I said, are you sure? Are you sure? You must forgot all the stuff that you said about me. Are you sure? That's why you going through here. That's why you lost your job. That's why you lost your car. That's why you lost. I'm telling y'all, ain't nothing to be played with. You cannot be speaking on people because you don't know the weight and the rank that they carry spiritually. All right. So the false narratives are coming down. Whew. I think I'm on 4. I done lost count. Lord have mercy. Hey, Randy, thank you for joining me. Who is this? I don't know. Hey, Clement, thank you for joining me. That's right, Pastor Gay. Hey, thank you for joining me. You got to be careful. You really, really got to be careful. All right. So this was another dream concerning church. This is a little deeper. I done lost count. I need to start numbering this stuff. But this was something concerning church as well. So this was a prophet and an apostle. I'm not going to name whether it was a girl or a boy on both ends. I'm real integral. I know these people. But I'm going to keep it cute and classy. So, the prophet was filling in the service for the apostle. And, but it was like, I don't know, the prophet had everyone to plant a seed in the ground. And I don't know which dream. Man, I got so much stuff floating out there. I don't know which dream I talked about it in, but I talked about the $30. I don't know. I don't know which dream it was, but it was something to this nature. And I was like, wow. Because when I have dreams, I don't go back and look at this stuff unless I'm studying it. But it was mind blowing. But the prophet had everybody sowing seeds in the ground. And it was a $30 seed. So the Lord told me to put $10 in there. He didn't tell me to put $30 in there. But that was the request. The request was, can everyone put a $30 seed in the ground from the prophet? So I put the $10 in there. And when I put the $10 in there, I saw secret paperwork. I'm telling y'all what I saw. When I sold the seed, I saw secret paperwork. I saw money that was hid. I know y'all remember this dream. I know y'all do. I researched this dream for about 2 or 3 years, where I saw the bulldozer and they was hiding the money in the church ground. I know y'all remember that dream. I researched it until it got lost on YouTube, everything, because I did a video. But the church was hiding the money in the ground. And the bulldozer, somehow a bulldozer, some came and scooped it up, and you saw all the money. It was a tithe of money out there. It brought me back to that dream. So the apostle didn't show face at all. The apostle was turned around the whole entire time. The prophet was doing everything. So the prophet got mad because I sold the $10 and God exposed them. Y'all ain't ready. Rumored for a reason. Rumored for a reason. When I sold that $10, it exposed everything that they was doing in the church. I'm telling y'all, God get ready to flip these tables over. Now, I ain't saying that all churches is doing this stuff, hide money. I ain't saying it. But you got to be careful because you don't know what they are hiding. When I planted that $10, I saw secret paperwork and money and stuff hidden. So, when the Lord tells you to sow, and he give you the exact thing to sow, you got to obey. Because in that moment, he can be exposed to something that you have been looking for. Now, their request was $30. But the Lord told me to put $10 in there. So while everybody else was sowing $30, nothing wasn't uprooted or nothing then wasn't revealed. It wasn't until I sold the $10 and I saw the secret paperwork and the money that was being hidden and all other stuff that was being hid. So, oftentimes, when you see a prophet with the apostle, because every apostle need a prophet. It's like they niched. They have to stick together. Because the apostle is a master builder. While the prophet is the one that uproots and directs and instructs and all that stuff. It works hands in hand. But also, they do a lot of dirty work together as well. So, the secret paperwork and the monies that is hidden and all the underlying things that is happening in these churches is coming down. God's getting ready to flip some tables over because of the stuff that people are doing. Now, I know these people. Like I said, I'm real integral. I don't call people names. Maybe I need to start. So, you just got to be careful with where you are going, who you're fellowshipping with, and all of that, because judgment is coming on a lot of these people's houses. And if you're wrapped up into this stuff, you're going to be in trouble. If God's telling you don't go, then you got to obey. If he's telling you don't sow, you got to obey. He told me to sow $10. I obeyed. And when I obeyed, he exposed. So think about it. If I would have disobeyed God and said, well, you know, I'm going to sow 30. God told me to do 10. He wouldn't have exposed it. But because he told me to sow 10, it exposed what their whole motives were. So you can't be overriding what God is saying, although they are giving a request. But did God tell you to sow $30? Or did he tell you to sow lower? Or did he tell you to sow above? What is it that he told you to do? Because this can open a door or close it. Or it can cause the door to be in bondage. Or it can cause the door to be cracked. And you won't even be able to get in the door, whether it's shut or open, because you disobeyed what you heard God say. Once you hear what the Lord says, the rumor doesn't matter anyways. Because like I said, people gonna talk. They don't talk anyways. They talked about Jesus. They gonna talk about you too. So the false narrative is coming down. All right. I'm gonna read the rest of these notes at the end. The other layer. So this was an ex-lover, and the ex-lover was questioning why I wasn't answering the phone. And so I finally picked up the phone. I said, what do you want and why are you calling me? But he had somebody else on the other end of the phone. So I pretend like I didn't know that he had somebody else on the other end listening to our conversation. So he asked me all these questions, and I'm really not answering the questions. But I'm answering the questions, if that makes sense. I was speaking in code because I knew that somebody was on the other end. So this is how I caught the person that was on the other end. They sneezed. I said, they don't even sound like you. Who sneezed? Oh, there's somebody in the background just lying. Just lying. I mean, lie real quick. I said, are you sure? Yeah, ain't nobody on the phone. I ain't asked you that. That time I ain't asked you that. So you told off on yourself. So I said, must be somebody on the phone. You told us ain't nobody. Oh, we were arguing and everything. Stuff was crazy. So he started asking more questions. He was trying to get something out of me. I don't know what it was that he was trying to get out of me. So I said, who on the other end of the phone? Ain't nobody on the other end. I mean, just going crazy. I said, it is somebody on the other end. Because that ain't your voice. You don't even sound like that. I told you it was somebody in the background. This Negro was trying to set me up with somebody. And this dream haven't came to pass yet. I'm sure it's going to come to pass, but it haven't yet. But he was trying to get some type of information out of me, and he wasn't getting nowhere. And then he kept lying and saying there wasn't nobody else on the other end. Like I'm stupid or something. So this is what people are going to be doing. Be careful with your phone conversations. That's it. That's all. People gonna have other people on the other end. I mean, doing conference calls, trying to get you to speak about something that they've been trying to get out of you. They've been trying to get something out of you. I'm here in June. Oh, here go God. They been trying to get something out of you in June. It been ever since June. It's something that you've been keeping a secret about, or it's something that you haven't shared and don't share. It's something that you're celebrating, and they trying to get something out of you. They trying to get you to talk. They trying to get you to say something. I heard June. So they've been trying to do this ever since June. And they ain't gonna stop. So you want to be careful when you are on the phone with people, because they could be setting you up on the phone. That's what that Negro was trying to do. Now, I don't know who it was. Maybe it was a female. Maybe it was a guy. I don't know who it was. But it was something that the person was trying to get me to say. I'm hearing Stacy. Now, see, now God, I don't know. Somebody named Stacy. See, that's why I don't like getting on this stuff. Somebody named Stacy. I don't know what. I guess maybe Stacy is a part of a room or something. Y'all feel chills on this stuff. I don't know. That's what I heard. Maybe Stacy is watching. You watching behind the scenes or something. Because I ain't got no friends that name no Stacy. I don't think. Woo! Lord have mercy. But somebody is coming to set you up in that area. Somebody is coming to set you up. You want to be careful with who you talking on the phone with in these next couple of weeks. I'm telling you, I feel this stuff strongly. They're going to be asking all types of questions. Well, what you doing? Where you been? How you doing? They're gonna be asking all types of questions. I thought you was getting a new job. You ain't tell me. I feel a win on that. You ain't tell me about that, trying to clock your pockets. Pocket watcher. The false narrative is coming down. Lord have mercy. Ooh-wee. Boy, you can't make this stuff up. All right. I'm moving along. I got 3 more dreams to share, I believe. I don't know. Because I see 3 layers, but I think this is it. All right. Hidden details. Somebody is hiding something from you. I still got them parts going. Somebody is hiding details. This is what I saw in the dream. It was like I don't know, it was like a meeting or something. It was like a virtual meeting. Maybe it was some type of business meeting. I don't know. But you know, when you do meetings and stuff, sometimes you can have your face visible, and sometimes you don't have to. You know, you can cut the camera off if you don't want nobody to see your face and all of that. So you doesn't have a picture or nothing. And the person that was speaking, which was gaining control, they wasn't showing their face. But they required everybody else to show their face. It was like mandated for everybody to show their face. And I'm like, okay, well, why are you not showing your face? We need to see what you look like too. But the person would never show their face. They introduced their name. They said their name and all that. But it was like a temporary rush with everything. So this stuff was crazy. When we was getting ready to get off the meeting, somehow their camera ended up clicking until it looked like a a vault or something, because they weren't in their home. I'm like, what the hello is going on? It was so black up in there. It was dark and everything. And once the person knew that, oh my God, they done saw what was back here. I mean, it was pitch black dark. So we looking now, trying to see, well, who in the world we talking to? Lord have mercy. Woo, child. I've been sitting on this dream for 5 months. So we sitting there like, who in the world we talking to? Because we don't see nobody. It was, I mean, black, but we heard their voice. So there's going to be hidden details, providing that looking like it's important, but it is to get your attention. I'm hearing dating apps. I gotta get up off here, man. Who on a dating app? Who on a dating app on here? You better get up off that stuff. I'm telling y'all what I hear. Hidden details. That ain't the route to go. You are being warned. Hidden details behind that man or that woman. They providing a temporary rush. They moving fast too. Fast. Trying to gain control. They speeding the process up. I'm telling y'all what I heard. Dating apps. It's something that gonna occur with it. Yeah, I remember when I did that word last year, I had 3 parts to that. We are living in some dangerous times. That's not the route that you want to go. I gotta get up off here. The other layer. Exchanging secrets. Somebody is exchanging secrets about you. This is what I saw. It was like they was in a group and they was building. It was like a Build-A-Bear project or something. It was something to that nature. And God brought me back to a dream. I know y'all remember that dream. I know y'all remember it. I was at a school and the teacher had somebody else ID. They had their license and they were pretending like they was a teacher. And nobody caught on to that but me. And I'm sitting there saying, how in the world y'all let this man get up in here? And this ain't even his ID. This he ain't even a part of the school system. Ain't even a part of the contract or nothing. How in the world did y'all let this man up in here? That's the dream that God brought me back to. I'm telling you all, people gonna be coming up in these schools, man, doing a lot of pretending. Ain't got no license. I don't know why God got me sharing this stuff, y'all. Ain't went to nobody school or nothing. Ain't certified or nothing. But they're gonna be coming in there like Build-A-Bear. Alliance. But their motive's gonna be wrong. It's gonna be something else. But that was exchanging secrets. I mean juicy details too. It was exclusive stuff. Like classified information. But it was like a Build-A-Bear shop. Now I know when you go to those shops, you can put people's voices and stuff up in there, all types of stuff. It's a lot of cool stuff. That stuff creepy too. But that's what people do when they lose loved ones and all that stuff. Because that's how they're comfort. But it's somebody is exchanging secrets. It's something that they have done with you. Or done for you. And they letting it rip with somebody else. They talking about it with somebody else. exchanging secrets, meaning they telling their secrets and then they telling their secrets to hear the other person's secret. But this secret is going to be concerning you. Something that they said they would never tell anyone. Something that they said, I will never hurt you in this area. I will keep this secret. Nobody will never know about this. It will be between me and you. All of that is about to come to the light because somebody is lying. They exchanged a secret. It's some juicy details or something that has occurred, and it's like building a barrel. But they're building falseness. They're building rumors. And they're going to use this secret against you. Oh, I'm finna get on social media and blast this person. Because I got pictures of their private parts. I got pictures of us doing this. I got videos. And you're going to see some flow like that. Watch. Exchanging secrets. Blackmailing. I'm hearing blackmailing. And they're going to run straight to social media with everything. Building a barrel. I'm moving along. This is the last one. Someone is coming to seek revenge. Now, this was a couple that was fighting, actually. They was into it really, really bad. They was like outside. Excuse me. There's an interruption that is coming as well. But they was outside in the front of an apartment complex. And one of the person was cheating and they got caught. So the one that got caught cheating is going to seek revenge. It's going to be a revenge with them getting your body. God brought me back to that word. Y'all remember? I think it was with they coming to finish you off. I'd rather not. I think it was with it. They're going to seek revenge through sex. Meaning they're going to bring your STD back, all types of stuff. Better close it up. Because they're going to do that and act like they're passionate about what it was that they did. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I didn't mean to hit you and all that. But they didn't want to sleep with somebody else. That's the part of the revenge. And then the other part of the revenge is to give you an STD. So they're coming to slander in that area. Retaliate. I'm hearing retaliate. Because they got caught cheating. So you want to do away with that person altogether and just leave. Because they come to seek revenge. Because they mad because they got caught. Thinking, oh, well, I ain't going to never get caught. And they end up getting caught anyway. So they're going to take it out on you. So it is rumored for a reason. The false narrative is coming down. Grace and peace to you all. I have did what the Lord wanted me to do. I feel so good. I've been sitting on this dream for 5 months. Whew, don't sleep like a baby tonight. Man. So I pray that this message help who it need to reach. Please pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to how people are moving with you. Pay attention to how they upgrade and downgrade. Pay attention to all the wishy-washy stuff that they're doing. Pay attention to how they acting funny with you in certain seasons. All of this stuff matters because it is a part of the false narrative. So I will see you guys next time. Y'all have a good night. Good night.